Hachimura is out. Cade Cunningham on the run to the left hand and good.
Well, about time for me to be hitting the old dusty trail.
J.J. Redick had a meeting with LeBron and Luka, demanded more from the two stars on the defensive end.
This man had a meeting with a 41-year-old to say, step it on the defense. My 41-year-old. My 41-year-old need to step it up on defense.
You don't have anybody that can play defense. LeBron is at the age he can't play defense.
So is LeBron 20 or 21 when I did the Father Time commercial thing? I'm in a battle with him. And I would like to say that I'm kicking his ass on the back nine.
Oh, that's exactly what Cade's able to do.
Checks in the mail. One mention a show.
His pick, Ron Holland was his first pick in that role. Big.
Yeah. LeBron lost it.
I'm kicking his ass on the back nine.
Right.
LeBron James gets called the greatest 40-year-old to ever touch a basketball. That's the headline they push every week. They talk about the longevity like it's untouchable, like nobody's ever done this before. He's still dunking, still blocking shots from behind, still moving like he's in year 10. But the second someone asks him to lock in on defense, suddenly he's too old. Suddenly, expectations are unfair. And when you really check the numbers on that side of the court, it's a story his supporters don't want to face.
We haven't had a full team all year. Probably, I don't know, maybe one game we had a full roster, maybe even not.
Flashback.
And our season has been derailed all season with just like injuries and guys in and out. And, I talked about it all year. He was around us all year. I said, it's hard to say who we are, what we can be. Because we have yet to be whole.
It never ends.
By the end of this, you'll see why this Lakers season feels like it's sliding toward chaos fast. Something happened recently that should have shaken the whole building. J.J. Redick, in his first season as head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, had to sit down with LeBron James and Luka Dončić for a serious talk about defense. Let that sink in. A rookie coach pulling aside a $50 million superstar, asking him to compete on one end of the floor. That's where this locker room is right now. That's the temperature inside that building.
I'm not doing another 53 games like this.
LeBron on that layup. My goodness. Again, he has his birthday legs. But I will say one thing. Look at Luka right here. It's okay, Luka, to move your feet a little bit over and help out. Well, what does he do? He just throws up his hand. See, this would be frustrating.
Sure, meetings happen all over the NBA. Coaches challenge stars every day. That part isn't strange. What matters is what happened next. The Lakers beat the Sacramento Kings, but context matters. Sacramento was missing key pieces and running short-handed. Then came the matchup with the Detroit Pistons, and it turned ugly fast. Blowout loss, same defensive breakdowns, same slow rotations. That meeting, it didn't flip a switch. Redick pushed for more effort. The response looked flat. And when you dig into the defensive metrics, one name stands out in a way fans won't like. LeBron currently sits near the bottom of the league in individual defensive win shares, not slightly low, near the basement of the entire NBA. That's not narrative. That's production. Here's the wild part. His own son, Bronny James, a rookie who barely sees the court, grades out better defensively right now. That's not a punchline. That's the current snapshot of where things stand.
LeBron James needs help. That is the end of it.
He's old. If he's so old, retire. This Lakers team right now, they're trying to compete, be competitive. If one guy's too old to play, call it quits and retire.
People get on him about the defense today.
Yeah.
But we've seen it. We've seen the guy. Yeah, we've seen it.
He's 41 years old.
I understand.
Luka can't play defense. Austin Reaves can't play defense. LeBron is at the age he can't play defense. LeBron is at the age he can't play defense.
What do you mean by that?
And that's why this conversation isn't going away anytime soon. Individual stats don't always show the full picture. So let's zoom out and check how the Los Angeles Lakers actually play with LeBron James on the court versus when he's sitting. Earlier this season, LeBron missed around 14 games. During that stretch, something real interesting happened. The defense wasn't elite, but it looked organized. It looked locked in. They ranked 14th in defensive rating, 13th in opponent points, and 15th in opponent three-point percentage. Even crazier, they led the league in limiting offensive rebounds during that run. Those numbers don't scream title contender, but they're solid, they're stable. That's a base you can actually build on if you're serious about winning. Then LeBron returned, and the defensive numbers dropped hard. Defensive rating crashed to 29th. Opponent three-point percentage slid to dead last at 30th. The Lakers went from average defenders to one of the weakest units in the league on that end. The biggest shift? LeBron stepping back into the lineup. You can spin it however you like, but the stats are sitting right there. His supporters fall back on the same line they've used for years. Age. He's 41, what do you expect? He can't defend like he used to. They say asking for that kind of effort now is unfair. On the surface, that sounds logical. 41 is ancient in NBA years. Bodies slow down. Recovery takes longer. That part is real.
Luka has never played defense. You're never going to get him to play the defense to the level that's really acceptable. You just look at, because at the end of the night, he's going to have 40, 15, and 12. And so you overlook that his guy had 28. Austin Reaves can't play. It's not going to play defense. He can't. He just can't. They can play defense to a certain extent. But to the level that you're a championship contending team, it ain't happening.
But here's where it gets messy. The age excuse clashes with the hype we hear every week. When LeBron sprints the floor and throws down a dunk, it's look at 41 doing that. When he stacks stats, it's he's still dominant. So which one is it? Is he defying time, or is time catching up when it's time to guard somebody? The greatest athlete ever, the one who's beaten Father Time. That's the label we hear nonstop about LeBron James. Every chase down block turns into a speech about longevity, discipline, and superhuman genetics. They say he's different. They say the normal rules don't apply. They swear he's still elite no matter what the calendar says. But the second someone asks him to slide his feet on defense, contest a jumper, or not stand at the other end while his teammates fight 4-on-5, now he's suddenly just 41. Now it's unfair to expect more. That can't go both ways. Either he's a physical marvel above time, or he's a veteran who has to accept limits.
How do you balance what you can do on the ball versus how good you can be off the ball to alleviate?
Who, me personally?
You personally, yeah.
I haven't really been on the ball. I don't know if you watched any of our games.
But the leans are incredible.
Yeah, he's just got a knack. He's got this knack for
on the screen.
Oh. 2 3-pointers, but more importantly, Brian, 2 defensive stops and 1 more to go right here.
Leather larceny.
But I haven't really been on the ball as much. I've been playing off the ball a lot.
Pick a lane. Nobody's asking him to become Gary Payton out there. No one expects him to lock up the best scorer for 35 minutes a night. The request is simple. Show effort, because what we're watching doesn't look like pure physical decline. It looks like decisions, choosing not to rotate, choosing not to box out, letting his matchup grab rebounds uncontested, drifting up court early while teammates are stuck scrambling behind him. And watch any Los Angeles Lakers game closely. After a miss or turnover, you'll see LeBron hanging near half court while the defense is already in crisis mode. Sometimes he's still talking to the referee about a call from 2 plays ago. Sometimes he's just watching the break develop. Meanwhile, it's 4 defenders trying to survive against 5 attackers. And it happens more than once a night. And here's the key part. He can still run. We see it when there's a clear path to an easy bucket. The burst is there when the reward is there. The problem is when the sprint leads to a defensive stop instead of a highlight. That's where the energy fades. The Lakers even tried to manage this a few years back by discussing minute limits, hoping fresher legs would fix it. But the bigger issue isn't minutes, it's mindset. The whole idea was simple. Fewer minutes, more effort when he's actually on the floor. But LeBron James shut that down fast. He flat out vetoed the minutes restriction, telling the team he's in better shape than most guys in the league and that cutting his time wouldn't help him at all. He wanted the heavy run, and he got it. The results, they're right there. LeBron has posted a negative plus-minus in each of the last 2 seasons. That means the team gets outscored while he's on the court. Yes, plus-minus can be tricky in certain situations. That's fair. But think about this. When you play huge minutes on a team like the Los Angeles Lakers that wins games, you should stack positive stretches naturally. You're on the floor for most of the action. Yet somehow he keeps finishing in the red. Not just slightly negative either. He's been near the bottom on the roster with only deep bench guys in garbage time posting worse numbers. That's not random. That's a pattern. Meanwhile, the best plus-minus numbers belong to guys like Marcus Smart, Austin Reaves, and Luka Dončić, players who compete on both ends and stay engaged defensively. Now check the lineup pairings, because that's where it gets loud. When Luka and Reaves share the court without LeBron, the Lakers post a 118.4 offensive rating and a 111.1 defensive rating. That's a plus 7.3 net rating. Borderline elite production from 2 guys who actually complement each other. But when LeBron replaces Luka in lineups with Reaves, the picture flips. Offensive rating drops to 114, defensive rating jumps to 120.2, and the net rating crashes to minus 6.1. That's not a small swing, that's a complete shift in impact. Numbers don't yell, they don't argue, they just sit there and tell the truth. It's almost the exact opposite of the Luka-Reaves combo. Swap Luka Dončić out and plug in LeBron James, and suddenly the offense dips while the defense unravels. When LeBron and Luka share the floor, it gets even uglier. Offensive rating drops to 110.3, the lowest of any star pairing on the squad. Defensive rating jumps to 120.9, also the worst. The net rating? A brutal minus 10.6. That means when the 2 superstars play together, the team gets outscored by double digits per 100 possessions. That's not a small issue. That's structural damage. And the common thread in both struggling pairings is LeBron. The on-off numbers back it up from another angle. With LeBron on the court, the Los Angeles Lakers post a 117.8 offensive rating. When he sits, it rises to 119.4. The offense actually flows better without him out there. Now compare that to Luka. With him on the floor, the Lakers jump to 121.1 offensively. When he rests, it drops to 115.6. That's a 6-point swing in the right direction when he plays. When Luka controls the tempo, this team looks like a top 5 offense. When he's off, they look average. That tells you who's really steering the ship. LeBron hasn't exactly embraced that shift. After a recent game, he made subtle comments about not having the ball much lately, saying he's been off ball more than usual. Anyone who's followed his career knows what that kind of message means. It felt like a quiet shot at Luka Dončić and Austin Reaves for handling the ball more, instead of embracing a new role to help the team win. Instead of adjusting, it sounded like he was hinting that the real issue is him not touching the rock enough. That script isn't new. We've seen it in Cleveland, in Miami, and now twice in LA. When things turn ugly, it's rarely placed on his shoulders. It's the front office, it's the roster, it's the coach, it's the system, it's the training staff. There's always a fallback reason ready, and the media circle repeats it loud. The focus now, blame the lineup. They'll say Luka can't defend. They'll say Reaves struggles guarding wings. They'll say the Los Angeles Lakers just don't have elite stoppers. And yes, this isn't some lockdown defensive squad. That part is real. But most teams outside of Oklahoma City Thunder could say the same thing. Not every roster is built with 5 two-way machines. You compete with what's in the locker room. And when effort becomes the real gap, personnel turns into a shield instead of an answer. The Lakers roster explains why they're not heavy championship favorites. Nobody's arguing that. What it doesn't explain is losing by 30 to the Houston Rockets on Christmas. It doesn't explain getting handled twice by the Phoenix Suns. It doesn't explain a home blowout against the Detroit Pistons. Those aren't unbeatable giants. Those are games you compete in. And when one of the highest paid players doesn't lock in defensively, the margin disappears fast. When other stars coast, they get called out. When young guys don't hustle, they sit. The standards shouldn't change just because the name on the jersey is bigger. When role players take possessions off, they get benched or shipped out. But somehow, LeBron James stays above the smoke. It's never on him. It's the roster, it's injuries, it's the coaching staff not maximizing him. At 41, after 22 seasons and over $500 million in career earnings, with a squad shaped around his preferences, he still gets framed as the victim. That's wild. The paths forward aren't complicated. First option, simple effort on defense. Nobody's asking for all defensive team form. Just contest shots. Get back in transition. Stop leaking out early. That might cost a few offensive numbers, though, and we all know those stats matter. So that route feels unlikely. Second option, accept a lighter role. Come off the bench. Play 25 minutes instead of 35. Let Luka, Dončić, and Austin Reaves control the offense while he brings energy in short bursts. That could actually spark the Los Angeles Lakers. But he already shut that down once. His pride won't let him be a sixth man. Third option, walk away. If defense is truly out of reach, if two-way basketball is too demanding now, retiring after an iconic run would protect the legacy. Nobody would clown that decision. But stepping away means admitting time finally caught him. And he's shown zero signs of accepting that, especially after saying he could play 5 to 7 more years at a high level. So what's left? Option 4, nothing changes. Heavy minutes, light defense, subtle post-game comments when things fall apart. The Lakers drop games they should handle. Then the playoffs come, and another early exit hits the record books. At some point, the spotlight stops shifting and lands where it belongs. The offseason hits and the cycle starts again. New excuses, new blame. More talk about how LeBron James just needs better help. Meanwhile, this Los Angeles Lakers squad looks shakier every week. The spark they had when he was out, gone. The chemistry, fading fast. The real question isn't if this ends badly. It's how ugly it gets. You got a 41-year-old who won't adjust, a young star in Luka Dončić watching it all play out, and a coach trying to hold the room together. That's not stability, that's tension building. At some point, the spin runs dry. The stats don't lie. Even the most loyal supporters have to face it. Right now, LeBron isn't lifting this team the way he used to. Until that reality gets accepted, the results won't change. If you rock with real breakdowns like this, hit that like button, subscribe for more heat, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.